welcome back to a brand new video here on Wealth Academy. In today's video, let's take a look at Litecoin against the USD. A few months ago, we said that Litecoin is copying the same exact fractal in the long term, right? So we're basically within the zone, nothing has changed. It's still copying the same exact fractal. You can go back and check. Right now, that's going to be what I'm going to be comparing, finding where exactly we are. So bottom chart is this phase right here, 2017. Upper chart is the current fractal. So right here, we have this major support followed by a major support line on this fractal right here. And then looking at our first fractal, we have a higher high followed by a lower high, higher high followed by a lower high. And then we go for a nice accumulation phase below our major resistance line. Same thing with this zone right here. And then we have a nice break to the upside, and that's exactly what happened right here. So let's go ahead, mark this higher high with white. That's exactly what we have right here. We get a nice double bottom at the support. That's exactly what we have right over here. And then we continue to the upside, making a new higher high. And that's exactly what happened. Impulse to the upside, making a new higher high. So some of you might be thinking, okay, why the timing? It's way different. If you zoom in to this fractal right here on the 30-minute, for example, it's going to look somewhat similar to this fractal, right? So do keep that in mind. So right here in this fractal, it was printing on a lower time frame, whereas right here, it was printing on a much bigger time frame. Therefore, they're going to look a bit different. However, same data, same bullshit, same rhythm is repeating. And then right over here, we have our support line. Let's draw that. Same thing with this fractal. Major support line. And then we go for our nice retest. So this next part is the most important part, okay? It's up to you to decide what you want to do. All right. So this is not financial advice. I don't want you selling your bags, panic selling because I'm about to show you this. However, this is another possibility that you should keep in mind. And let's go ahead. I'm going to measure our first one, second, third, fourth, and then we have our fifth. Looking at the current fractal, we have our first impulse to the downside, second, third, fourth, and fifth. All right. Our first higher high, second lower high, and our third lower high. Same thing with this fractal. We have our first higher high, second lower high, and our third lower high. And then we go for our final wave to the downside. One thing I want you guys to keep in mind, our lowest low right now has changed from our previous videos. And that's because we're making a higher high. All right. So yesterday, I think it was between 170 to around 180. Right now, that's going to change. So let's go ahead and find out exactly where. So give or take, it should be anywhere within 158 to around, give or take, 174. Right. So that's worst case scenario, which basically brings us to this same exact zone right here. So that's why these past couple of days I've been leaning more towards the bear scenario. But once again, once we get down here, we're going to impulse to the upside, go for a nice double bottom, and then we continue to the upside. Technical wise, psychological wise, it makes sense to go on this final pullback. Market makers, they want to make their money. And how do they make their money? You know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to impulse hard to the downside, get that liquidity, trigger stops, all that fun stuff, impulse to the upside, and then we go for that final fifth wave. All right. So here's what would invalidate this scenario that I'm showing you right now. If we break above 293, all right, if we break above 293, all this downside movement will become invalidated. So until we can break above, hold above, then that would indicate that we head to the upside. However, if we're just making another lower low, a third lower low, to me, that's a bear sign. I'm just going to wait for this pullback. As you already know, I accumulated I'm around 40% in. I'm just going to wait whether we get this retracement or not, and we'll see what happens from there. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. turn on your notifications, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's video.